Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see a very basic concept of physics, which is distance traveled and displacement. Let's see first what is distance traveled. It's an actual path where the body has been moving from the initial position to the final position irrespective of direction. We won't consider any direction. We will be considering only the magnitude of the path. So that's why we can say the distance as a scalar quantity. The next concept is displacement. Displacement is the shortest path where the body has been moving from the initial position to the final position. But your shortest path must be a straight line. And here we will be taking care of the direction. That means we are considering the direction of movement also. That's why the displacement is a vector quantity. So let's see some example. Over here, a person is moving from this position to the, can mark this as A. So A to B, the person is moving. So you can consider this as 4 kilometer. Now again from B to this point as C, the person is moving for 3 kilometer. So over here, what is actually the distance traveled over here? So the person started from the initial position A and the final position is C. For moving from A to C, he has to move first to B and then from B to C. So the distance traveled is what? It's AB plus BC. So AB is what? It is 4 kilometer and BC is going to be 3 kilometers. So totally it is 7 kilometers. So what is the distance traveled from A to C? It is 7 kilometer. Now we'll see the same problem with respect to displacement. Yes, yes. So here the same question. I can mark this as A and this point as B and same 4 kilometer only. And again from B to C we will be having 3 kilometer. So what is actually displacement? That is the shortest path from the initial to the final position. Which is our initial position at A? What is our final position at C? So we are going to make a shortest path from A to C and that should be a straight line also. So AC is the shortest path, that is nothing but the displacement. So what is the value of AC? So here it's nothing but 5 kilometer. So what is our displacement? It's 5 kilometer. So this is how we need to calculate the distance and displacement. Distance is the actual path traveled by the body without considering the direction. Only we are going to take the magnitude. Displacement means it's the shortest path. The shortest path must be a straight line from the initial to the final position. So we'll see some more problem in this. We have some more problem for distance traveled and displacement. So consider there is a circle of radius 7 centimeter and a person is moving on the circumference of a circle. The person's initial position is A and the final position is also the A. So we can find what is the distance traveled by the person from A to A. So what is the distance traveled from A to A where they are moving on the circumference of a circle? So for one round only. So we can consider this as 2 pi r, which is the circumference of a circle. So we will be substituting the value 2 into 22 by 7 into radius is 7. So 7 and 7 will get cancelled. So 44 centimeter is nothing but the distance traveled by the person from A again coming back to the A. Now we are going to find what is displacement in this problem. What is the meaning of displacement? The person has been moving from one place to the other place. Here actually the person is not moving from one place to other place, right? Again he is coming back to the same place. And we can define like this also. What is the distance between the initial and final position? There is no distance. So that's why we can say the displacement as 0 in this question. So can we see the next question? So here we have some triangle shape. So a person is moving from A to B. So consider a person is moving from A to B first. So A is our initial position. Again from B to C. Okay, so C is our final position. So what will be our distance traveled? Can you guess? So distance traveled is what? Actual path the particular object has been traveled. So 5 plus 3, it's nothing but 8 kilometer. Yes, the next one is what is displacement? What is the meaning of displacement? We need to consider what is our initial position and final position. So A is our initial position, C is our final position. What is the shortest path between A and C? It is 4 kilometer. That's why the displacement is 4 kilometer. Maybe we can consider the same question in another way. The person is starting from A, again coming back to A position only. So what is the distance over here at that time? So it's going to be 5 plus 3 plus 4. It's 12 kilometer in the case of A to A. This is A to A movement. So it's going to be 12 kilometer. And what about the displacement? Displacement is going to be 0 because again the person is coming back to the initial position. So there is no difference between initial and final position. So the displacement is 0. Hope you understood. In the upcoming video, we will see what is speed, velocity and acceleration. Thank you.